All right, we're going to do the day 12 assignment, which is to make the square in Gravit Designer that we're going to laser cut. So first up, when you create a new document, go to paper size and choose US letter portrait 8.5 by 11. All right, and then I ask you to make a rectangle. Come in here, draw a rectangle. You don't have to be really careful about the size because we're going to set the size over here on the right. So for the width and the height, we're going to do 2.5. So just click in there and type. I did a tab to get to the next field. So we want a square, 2.5 by 2.5. And then down here, I want you to turn off the fill. You click on the trash. And then I want you to turn on the border. And I want you to change it to red. So click on that black thing and choose red. And you click off. And then instead of 1 point, I want you to type 0.5. That just makes it nice and thin. Okay, that's part one. Next, then you choose the text tool and want you to do your name. I'm just going to do Hayes. You could do, first and then last if you want to do both your names. If you do that, select both your names and choose alignment so they're centered in the text block, so that it's not, crooked. And I see I typed my name wrong. I'm glad I caught that. Then select your text. I don't mean like this. This is selected, but I mean get it so the text is highlighted because we're going to change the font. It has to be not open sans. So if you look, there are so many fonts in here. Pick something fun. That's just not the default. All right. And then click off, but have it still be selected. And then I want you to choose this convert to path option. And now hold down the shift key and click on one of these little blue sizers and make it bigger. I want you to hold the shift key down because if you resize without the shift key, you see how you can get things really, messed up. I want it to be proportional. And that's what the shift key does. I'm going to do undo twice, so I have it back to my shift key version. So this is a little too big, so I'm going to hold the shift key down and make it smaller. I want it to fit inside of the rectangle. In fact, I'm going to highlight both things, and I'm going to center it using the center tool. I guess it was already centered. All right, so there's my name. And then I want you to select your name, turn off the fill, come over here and click on that little trash can, turn on the border, and the border needs to be 0.5 and black. So that the square is supposed to be 0.5 in red, and that part has to be 0.5 in black. I'll explain the red and black in the document. And then we're going to write your period. So, class period, third period, fourth period, seventh period. And I'd like that to also not be in the default font. So, change that to something else. I don't care. And then turn it into a path also. And then drag it up here. Let's, in fact, make it a little bigger. I don't want it as big as the name, but I don't want it as small as it was. That looks good. And then again, turn off the fill. Turn on the border and make it 0.5 points and black. It was already black for me. All right, and then the last thing that I want you to do is put some sort of image or design down below that uses at least two shapes. So you could, for example, do an ellipse. I'm going to hold down the shift key and it draws a circle. And then I'm going to put a star inside of it. And I want it to have 13 points, just to be difficult. And then I'm going to put it kind of on top of each other. I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to center them using these two tools. And then I'm going to turn off fill. I'm going to turn on the borders and set them to 0.5 points. All right, and then I'm going to hold down the shift key and make it a little smaller so it fits. I'm going to put it up here. All right, so I'm going to move third period. I'm going to make it smaller because that's not as important as the design and my name. And there you go. So a little checklist is the outside is a square that's 2.5 by 2.5 inches. It's red and it's 0.5 points with no fill. And then these other things, the name and your design, are all 0.5 points black with no fill. Hey, some other neat things you could do with the design is you can, if you take a rectangle and you take an ellipse or circle, draw it with the shift key, you can select these at the same time and center them with these center tools over here. And then you can do a union function right here. Makes kind of a cool shape. And then turn off the fill, turn on the border, again, make it 0.5. And I was thinking this looks kind of cool. And then you could throw a star on the inside. It's really up to you what kind of design you want to make. This is just an alternate. You don't have to make two designs. But let's see. I think the star, it thinks it's centered, but it doesn't look right to me. That looks better. I'm going to turn off the fill, turn on the border, 0.5. So this feels more like some sort of military badge thing. But I just wanted you to see how you can use the shapes to do another interesting design. All right, be sure to save your document. Let's call it square and then your name, and save it on their cloud. And then I need you to do a share link. So click on share and say copy. And then you go into the Google Classroom. And here, I'll go ahead and do it with my pretend account. Oh, I don't have the right assignment to show you, but I'll turn it in for some other assignment just so you can see. So let's say we're going right here. You say add or create, say link. We're turning in a link, and then paste the link. Say add link, and then you get to say turn in, and it'll be all done. I mean, don't turn it in on this assignment. This is just a demonstration of what it looks like. The last part that I need you to do is to export the file as an SVG file. So go in Gravit, go to the file menu here and say export scalable vector graphics. That's SVG. That's the kind of file that our laser cutter understands. And if you're on a Chromebook, you won't get this alert. You'll get a dialog where you can save it in the area called My Files, and you should do that. If you're on a regular computer, you just say save. Don't say open. Don't say Office XML. We want to save file. And then go to your email program and attach that file to an email, and you want to send that file to the laser cutter account, and I'll show you how that works. Compose a message in your mail program. Any second now. I said compose. Here we go. And the address is laser. If you type LASER, you'll get it. It's laser.ahs at our domain. And then I would put your name and the word square. And then let's see, I've got to move this up a little bit so we can see the bottom down here. Click on the attach files link. And then if you're on a Chromebook, you'd be in My Files. If you're here on a computer, you can find it wherever you downloaded it. So say, attach the file here, and then send away. That'll, in fact, I just sent it to myself because this account is the laser account. But anyway, that's what I need you to do. You can obviously pause and back up the video if I went too fast. But try to have fun, put your personality into it, and good luck. Thanks.